Hi all, my name is Helga. I'm the youngest in my family. There are two of us. I also have an older sister, Mirabel, who's autistic. Despite her diagnosis, I loved her madly from her first days. She and I were always together. We ate together, slept together, played together, bathed together. My parents couldn't get enough of our special bond. Mira and I were two sisters in all the world, and we didn't need anyone else. Even though she was 5 years older, still, I felt as if there was no age difference between us. It wasn't until later, as we got much older, that they started taking me to the hospitals where they took Mira. When I turned 6, I heard the word autism for the first time. I didn't find the word intimidating because looking at my sister, I knew there was nothing special about her, nothing wrong with her. I loved her as a friend and a sister. So everything was fine until a certain period, until I went to school. I forgot to tell you that I was born a full girl. Mira had a good figure, thin, and I was fat. My first experience with other kids happened at school. Didn't I tell you that I spent my whole childhood with my sister? She didn't like it if I went out to play with other kids. She only wanted me. We played the same games almost all the time, and Mira often focused on one thing and could play that way for hours. That seemed normal to me, but then again, not always. There were times when I wanted to invite other children outside to play, but then Mira would throw a tantrum. She threw tantrums quite often with our mother, but sometimes also with me. Mira didn't talk much, just a few words here and there, which made me even more bored as I learned and saw what live communication meant. My first year of school was amazing. I made friends. I was increasingly invited to parties with my classmates. Mira stayed home with our mom, and I went here and there. I started having a different social life, and I liked it, just not for her. Where are you going? To school. Again? Yeah, I'm going to school. You're going to have fun there, right? I'll come over and we'll play. That's what you always say, but then you go out with strangers. Mira, they're not strangers to me. They're my friends and I love them. Do you love them? Do you love me? I do, but you're my sister and they're my friends. It's different. So I'm worse. I'm boring, right? No, I didn't say that. But Mira wouldn't listen. She started to get hysterical, loud, and persistent. My mom ran to her and showed her hand to go to school. She understood what it was all about, so she didn't scold me for it, for wanting to develop and communicate with someone more than just my sister. Gradually, we drifted apart a bit. After a couple of years, I made more friends, and with them, new problems. One day I was invited to a pool party. I went there excited because before, I'd only been swimming with my family. I thought it would be fun. But when I put my towel away, I heard people laughing at me. It was the boys. They were laughing at my duck-back swimsuit. Look, the ducks parted on it. That swimsuit is about a crack from the sides. Helga, just don't jump into the pool, or there won't be any water left. It will all splash out. That's how they laughed. I went home in tears, told my mom about everything, and Mira overheard it. She took pity on me, supported me. To be honest, it was very valuable. So for a while, we started communicating again, playing games. I would go to class and run straight home afterward. But then I had a conversation with my mother, and she asked me if I wanted to change something about myself. I said that I actually wanted to lose weight. Then my mom promised to buy me a consultation and a nutritionist and fitness coach. Why lose weight? No one is friends with me because I'm fat. So what? Well, I want friends. You don't need them. I'm your friend. Mira, you're my sister, and I love you, but I want to lose weight anyway. I started exercising after a week. My mom and Mira and I ran to counseling sessions, communicating, asking questions. They made me a new diet plan, and I took it upon myself. I'll cook your meals separately. Your menu will hang on the fridge, so you watch too. If you need anything from the groceries, tell us and we'll buy it. Thanks, Mom. It's okay, Helga. I just want you to be happy. My mother always understood me, and I was grateful for that. Well, to be honest, my diet wasn't as strict as I thought it would be. I just ate a little more vegetables, and that's all. I was so happy that I wouldn't have to give up my favorite French fries and fried chicken, because my mom made that often, and I just loved eating those, especially before bedtime. My next consultation was due in a month, and in that time, I had fixed my weight before and prepared mentally to lose at least 5 pounds in 4 weeks. My school friends talked to me, but no longer invited me anywhere. We talked only on school grounds, and that was it. Of course, it was not enough for me, but I set a goal and believed that everything would work out. However, after a month of dieting and exercising, I got up on the scale and cried. God, honey, what happened? I'm fat! I'm fat, Mom! That's what happened! Why? It's been a month and I lost 200 grams! I just went to the bathroom, that's all! How come, Mom? I was dieting! I don't understand. Well, maybe it's because you're small. Maybe that's why your diet isn't so strict. I don't know, Mom. What if I stay like this? I won't have any friends left. Let's try to stick to the plan for now. Your nutritionist is away on urgent business. She'll be back in a month. Let's keep it this way, just for now. But after a month, I got on the scale and I saw plus 3 kilos on top. That's it, I almost broke the scale. I even thought it was lying. My mom listened to me again about how fat I was. I grabbed the phone and was about to call the nutritionist. She picked up, but then Mira ran up and snatched the phone and threw it into the other room. What? Mira, why did you do that? There's nothing wrong with you. The scales are just broken. Yeah, so is my phone now. Why did you do that? Girls, let's not do this. We're going to the appointment now. Let's see her there and we'll get a new meal plan. No, I want to be together. Mira ran up to the fridge and tore up the paper. What the hell is going on? Mirabella! She suddenly cried bitterly. My mom came up to her and hugged her and asked her what was wrong, to which my sister replied, If Helga loses weight, she'll leave me, and I don't want her to. I went up to her. Mira, did you do something? Yes. What? I switched your meal plans. I'm sorry. What? How could you? You switched it? Okay, girls, don't fight. Mom, how can you defend her? She changed my meal plans to make me fat. How could she do that? How? You would leave me. You'd get new friends and leave me. It's easy for you to make friends, but not for me. You think I don't understand that I'm doomed? You think I don't want to be like you? I'm autistic and I'm scared. I'm scared of new things, but I'm even more scared of losing you, sis. Her words stabbed into my head. I felt ashamed of myself, the greatest shame and remorse. My mother hugged us and told us that she would think of something, that it wasn't my responsibility, that everyone had their own life and we shouldn't force anyone to do what we didn't want to do. We had no right to do that. She was right, but it was hard to explain that to Mira. Anyway, we decided to have family weekends, time that we would all spend together and no one else. I found a group for Mira where she could go and meet people. They're trained. At first I went with her because she was scared, but then she got used to it a little bit. I promised that when she got better at being social, I would definitely take her with me, because I love her. Well, as for my weight, I did manage to lose weight. I lost about 15 kilograms in 3 months, and I'm very happy about it. Now I look okay, but I still have some work to do. Have I made any friends? Yes, and new ones. I decided to get rid of toxic people, and probably it was the incident with my sister, her desperate expression then, that made me do it. Anyway, everyone got what they wanted in the end. Isn't that cool? Hi everyone, my name is Nora. I want to tell you about my sister Barbara's envy and jealousy. She and I are not related. We're actually cousins, but happen to have been raised by her parents. Maybe that's why things went wrong from the moment I moved in with them. Here's the thing. I was living at home with my parents, but they needed to go away on business right away. So my mom decided to leave me with her sister Aunt Audrey for a while. I wasn't very happy right away because my cousin Barb and I already had a strained relationship. For as long as I can remember, she's always been jealous of me. We are the same age, and every time we went for a walk outside, we were surrounded by the same company. Barb got mad because boys wanted to play with me more than with her. Besides, my aunt often put me as an example in her eyes. I happened to be a better student, I played the flute, and also went to drama school. Barb always pursed her lips when we went to visit them. Barbara, daughter, say hello to Nora. Why don't you say anything? I'm not glad to see her, that's why. Barbara, what kind of language is that? You can't say that. Say hello now. Hello. Barb would come up to me and, without looking at my face, throw a short hello and run off to her room. I stood and waved and ignored her. I understood Barb's envy. Even though they lived richer than we did, my cousins still thought I got the best. I got the best friends, good looks, even my hair. And hair was a particular weakness of mine. I adored long and well-groomed hair, so I grew mine all my life. Barb's was short, like a boy's, because she often left gum in it at night. My aunt used to hide all her chewing plates, But Barb had that habit since childhood and hadn't changed even as she got older. So my folks went away and my aunt graciously hosted me at her house. We had dinner together and talked and watched TV. Only Barb wasn't there. She was clearly avoiding me. One day we came home from school and I told her that the schools in town had put up an ad for a performance contest. You had to write a poem about the town in honor of its birthday. They promised a good prize, so I was immediately interested and decided to participate by applying. When I went to the bathroom, my aunt decided to have a conversation with her daughter about it. They got carried away and didn't even notice that I was hiding behind the wall and listening to their conversation. What news? Barbara, why don't you try it? Nora's going to. It's a contest for fools. Why would I do that? Why? They give prize money. I think it's worth a try. Nora's doing it. Nora. When is she going to get out already? Barbara, what are you talking about? She's family. Family come and go. She lives here. She's like a roommate. She'll stay as long as she has to. You'd better learn from her. You're always making an example out of her. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. She's not your daughter. I am. What are you talking about? You know exactly what I mean. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I went in. They both fell silent. I thanked my aunt for dinner and went to bed. The next day, my cousin didn't even say hello to me. I knew I wouldn't last long here, so I called my mom, and that's when she said they needed a couple more weeks. I got upset, started asking which of my friends I could stay with, but they all turned out to say that it wasn't the right time. The contest was coming up fast. I had to prepare thoroughly. I planned to be creative and borrowed scenery from the school theater. I wanted to act as Rapunzel with my hair and talk about the city, and then let my hair down as a sign of beauty and gratitude to the city, saving it from troubles and crises. It was supposed to be funny. I rehearsed, composed, and edited it myself, and then I asked my aunt to check it out. Aunt Audrey was thrilled, clapping her hands loudly and shouting that I was a talent. Then Barbara came out of the room with a disgruntled face. Barb, listen to me. I already did. You're yelling so loud you can hear you all over the house. I'm sorry, I was rehearsing. So you want to show off, huh? What do you mean? Come on, you just want to show off in front of everybody. Barbara! What? You're all freaking out over her. When did she become the center of attention, huh? Are you jealous? No way! I'm just pissed off at freeloaders. Barbara! It's okay, Auntie. It's okay. I went to my room, and when everyone was asleep, I packed up and went back to my house. After all, it's sitting there. It's just kind of scary to live there alone. But it's better than living with Barbara. The next day, Aunt Audrey found me at school, even though I'd left her a note. She was excited, sorry, and talked me into coming back. I didn't want to, but I also didn't want to start a fight between her and my mother, so I agreed. Barbara was joyful until she saw me. A couple of days before the show, my aunt left home on business, and Barbara and I stayed behind to clean. I dusted and she vacuumed. Barb carelessly pulled the cord. It caught on a chair I was standing on, and I fell to the floor, hitting my head hard. Barbara stood at first, then ran up to me with a vacuum cleaner on, and my hair was sucked inside. I yelled like crazy. She pretended she didn't know how to turn it off. Eventually she did, and I looked at my cousin angrily. What are you? Are you crazy? Oh, that's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? You did that on purpose. Your hair is so long you can vacuum it up. I'm sick of cleaning it off the floor. So you decided to rip it off my head like that? What if I did? You're an idiot. It's not my fault you have an inferiority complex. And I see you're the most confident one here. More confident than you. At least I'm smart enough not to be jealous of myself, including your parents. What did you say? She grabbed my hair and we got into a fight. I hit her with my hands and she pulled my hair. It hurt like hell. Then Aunt Audrey came into the house, and at the sight of the full scene, she screamed at her daughter. She called her stupid and sent her to her room, and then apologized crazily to me. There is a performance tomorrow. I have to get ready. I'll win the prize and go back to my house. I'm sorry, Aunt. There was no other way. I went to my room and looked at my hair in horror. Tomorrow is the performance, and I have such a nest on my head. I thought quickly and urgently made myself a mask. I braided it and went to bed. I had strange dreams all night about Barb messing up my performance and us fighting. I even woke up in a sweat from the horror and saw that she was sitting next to me and trying to cut off my braid. I was like, "What are you doing?" She grabbed me harder and was already pulling my hair. I pulled my braid back toward me, and she pulled it back towards her. I hate you! Not only have you taken all my friends, but now you're also claiming my parents? And tomorrow you'll conquer the whole town. What are you talking about, you freak? Give me my hair back. Feel what it's like to be an ugly, inconspicuous person like me. No talent, nothing. I spent my whole childhood hearing about how cool you are. Enough. I'm sick of it. Calm down. I didn't do it on purpose. Then my aunt came in. What's all the yelling about? What? Barbara, let her go. She took away the scissors, and Barbara fell to the floor and began to roar. She expressed everything she felt. She was so lonely and filled with resentment toward everyone around her. I felt sorry for her. My aunt took her away and asked me to forgive her. The next day, I did my performance. Mine was the most creative, and I won. Only this victory did not bring me joy. At the end, the presenter asked me, "Who taught you to write like this, and who gave you the idea?" I looked at the audience where my aunt, uncle, and Barbara were sitting, took the microphone, and said, "My sister, Barbara." My cousin looked up at me. She was surprised. She has always been an example to me. This girl, despite her modesty, has a unique mind. She taught me to be special, to not be self-conscious, to love, to follow my dreams. At 4 years old, she could read and write. She is an excellent clothes designer. You have no idea how beautifully she can draw, and she's also an incredible singer. I wish I had a sister like Barb. She looked at me from the audience and cried bitterly. I cried too, but my words were from the heart. Sincere. After the performance, Barbara hugged me tightly. I can't remember the last time she did that, but it felt good. I'm glad we resolved the conflict and misunderstandings because there's nothing like a sister. Isn't it? Tell me, guys, did you like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.